and welcome again for this new lesson, second year, secondary stage, English first semester, 1B vocabulary, grammar, listening, speaking, prepared by Gamra Al-Qahtani and presented by Faisal Al-Shihri. In any lesson, we need to look at and read and understand the objectives in order to understand the whole lesson. Alright? So, we have 5 objectives today, or 5 objectives. Revise the use of the past symbol. We are going to take a small revision about past symbol. And as well, revise the use of the of used to be and get used to. Number 3, practice using the past symbol and used to. Practice listening for specific information. We are going to practice a specific, information about listening. Number 5, and the last objective, practice in comparing and constructing situations and spectating. Okay? Shall we move with the first objective for our lesson for today? Do you understand what's the meaning of I lived in the Stone Age? Do you have any idea about Stone Age? Never mind, we come across. Now, before we go deep, we need to warm up a bit and tell me if you find a mistake in the sentences below, the 2 sentences. If you find any mistake, just tell me. I go to bed at 10 last night. My mother called me this morning. Did you notice any mistake in these 2 sentences? Did you see any mistakes? Are you there? If you want to know the mistakes, we need to look at the tense. Is it present or past or future? So let's decide together. How can we know the tenses? Okay, future. How do you know the sentence or the second one in future? Okay, I want to see next week, next Sunday, or next 3 hours. Nothing indicate to future. Okay, I want to see anything shows the present tense. I go to bed last night. So what's the meaning of last night? It's not today, and it's not next week or day even. It's not tomorrow as well. So last night means in the past. Subject, verb, and complement of the sentence. And sometimes I know the tense through the last 2 words, right? So last night indicates to past tense, and we cannot use the base form in the past tense. We should use the second form of the verb, right? My mother called me, the same mistake. We couldn't use the present or the base form in the past tense. Subject, verb, object. Alright? We are going to move to the next slide. Here we go with 4 sentences or 2 with different subjects. Sometimes Ahmed walks in the park. He walked in the park yesterday. Alright, I will ask you now what's the difference between 2. And sentence number 2, we visit our grandmother every weekend. We visited my grandmother last Friday. Now, before we go in deep, did you notice anything between those 2 sentences? If you have looked to the red words, did you notice anything? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2? Ahmed walks. He walks. We are talking about who here? Is it Ahmed or Ali or the writer? Come on, we are waiting. Alright, sometimes Ahmed walks the park, which tense we will know later, and he walked in the park yesterday. We visited our grandmother every weekend, and we visited my grandmother last Friday. Now please look to those things, yesterday and last Friday, okay? We are going to see now in sentence number 1, the tense is present simple, alright? Which express repeated and habitual actions. If you do a habit every day, for example, drinking coffee in the morning, you can use present simple. If you talk about facts, you can use present simple. Alright? Sentence number 2, in the past simple, because we are talking about complete finished actions. Alright? In the past or serious completed action. Now, here you can see whereas we are talking about, the sign here is the past, almost near to the present. I played football. Completed, finished actions. Alright? Are you with me? We're still talking about past and present. Alright. I hope you can hear me well. Anyway, you can ask if you have any questions. Now, what is the differences between the verbs used in the sentences below? We visited my grandmother last Friday. Yesterday I drank orange juice. So please tell me, where is the verbs now? Is it we or yesterday? Of course, we are talking about red words, which is the verbs in these two sentences. So what is the difference you can see between visited and drank? Alright, past. Did you see any difference? Present. Okay, number 1 is a present or past. And number 2 is a present or past. So, you say number 1 is past and number 2 is present. How would you know the past tense? How would you know the past tense? We have verb in the sentence. How can you say this sentence in the past because this verb? Because here not clear the tense. Maybe you can see here ed. Right? Okay, let's check together how to get. In English, we have two types of the verb. The past simple tense is formed by adding to the verb ed or d. Today base form, we call it regular verbs, which is mean you just only add ed or d. If you found at the end of that word e, just you add the word or the letter, sorry, d. You can see here, this is, we call it regular verbs, which is mean in the past tense we are using only ed. Does that mean that we are using different things with other verbs in the past tense? Do you think so that we should use another way in the past tense with other verbs? Do you have any idea? Alright. I will give you a golden grammar rule regarding spelling rules in the past and how to add ed and sometimes how to delete some letter in some words. Alright, now the first golden grammar rule is if the regular verb ends in a consonant plus y, change y to I and add ed. Now we need an example to make this sure. Carry ends with consonant, right? This is the consonant. We delete the y over here and put I and then add ed. Carried. Study the same thing. Y, delete it and add the I and also the ed. Write the same thing and try the same thing. Is it clear for you up to now? If the regular verbs end in a consonant plus y, what shall we do? Just delete the y and put I and add ed. Is that clear? Okay. If a one-syllable regular verb ends, if a one-syllable regular verb ends in consonant, vowel, consonant, double the final consonant and add ed. And I told you always by example we can get the things clear. So consonant over here, okay, and we have consonant also over here. So in between we have vowel, alright? This is vowel, and I think all of you know the vowel letters, right? Consonant, consonant and vowel, if you see the same situation, just double the final consonant. This is the final consonant, P. Double it and add ed. If the verb ends with consonant, vowel, and consonant. Okay, we have other examples like plan, rope, and big. Okay? If the last situation, if a regular verb has more than one syllables, which is mean more than one sound, and ends with consonant plus vowel plus consonant, we double the final consonant only if the final syllable is stressed. For example, preferred, regret. The verb we should double the final consonant plus ed. Alright? Is it clear for you? This is golden spelling rules. You should know it. You should keep it in mind. If you face any consonant plus y, delete y, write I, and add ed. We have example like carry, study, and try. Different situation. If the verb ends with consonant, vowel, and consonant, double the final consonant like stop, as I told you here. Stopped, plant, and robbed, and baked. Okay, the final thing is consonant plus vowel plus consonant. We double the final consonant. Preferred, regret. Okay, preferred and regretted. Any question up to now? We're still in the past and present. Do you have any questions? Anything you would like to ask about? Alright, here we go. As I told you, we have two types of the verb in English. We have regular verbs, which is end with ed, which is most of the English verbs end with ed, but we have some irregular verbs which is not end with ed. The past simple tense is also formed by using the verb called irregular verbs that have special past tense forms, second form. We can't add ed at the end of it. Now, what is the meaning of the word eat? What is the meaning of the word eat? Do you have any idea? What is the meaning? I'm waiting your response. I could not listen to any answer or see anyone typing. The meaning of eat, to eat something. I eat an apple. Alright? If we use it in the past, we cannot say eat it. Alright? Because eat is irregular verbs. One of the irregular verbs. So the past tense, if you can see, ate. Drink, cup of tea or water. The past tense, drank. Swim. If you want to talk about the past tense, swam. Run, run. See, so meet, met. Alright? You notice now we are not adding ed at all. Okay? We are not adding. Why? Because in English there are irregular verbs. We cannot add ed. Is it clear for you now? Do you have any questions? Oh, that sounds great. We're still talking about verbs. We move from past tense to present, and now we are talking about verbs in English. We have two types, regular verbs and irregular. The regular verbs end with ed, and irregular verbs, we should keep them as they are. Like eat, the past tense is ate. Good. Now, I need your answer, please. Does the past or the verb in the past tense change if the subject is plural or singular? This is the subject. Okay? And he. Here we go with the subjects. Does the verb in the past tense change if the subject is plural or no? What do you think? I'm waiting your answer. This is the subject in three or the so sentences. We, I, he. Okay? Does the verb change if we talk about plural or singular? Do we change the verb? Do you think we are changing? Do you think we are changing the verb? If we are talking about plural, which is mean more than one, singular, which is mean one, do you think we are changing the verb? Here is the answer. The past form is the same for all persons, singular or plural. Okay? So whether you are singular or plural, you are talking about the past tense. You are not changing the verb in the sentence. Alright? Now, these are butterflies. These butterflies were worms in the past. Okay? We are not changing. Can you notice anything about those sentences? Where is the present? Where is the past? Can you notice? If you couldn't, never mind. We will come across how to know the past and the present. Alright. Now, verb to be in the past of is and am, you are using was. Okay? I was born in Riyadh. He was a doctor. She was in the US. It wasn't cold yesterday. So, in the present, if we want to talk about someone, you said he is a doctor, okay? Is and am in the present, we change it to was in the past. So, I was, he was, she was, it wasn't cold yesterday. Okay? Any questions? Is it clear up to now? Alright. Can you use am with he? I can use am with he? No. We are using is with he and she, it. Okay? We are using with is, he and she and it. We are using only with am, I. Okay? But both, we are using was. Okay, hope you get it. Well, if we can talk about you and they and we and the plural as well, we couldn't use are. We are using were because we are talking about the past. We weren't at home yesterday. You were right. They were in Italy last summer. Is it clear up to now? If you have anything not clear, please tell me before we move on to make the things easy for you. Now, because we are focusing on the past tense, here we go with the time expressions, okay? Which is help you to say this is the past form and that is the present and this is the future, alright? So, yesterday indicates to the past, last week, month, year, you can say it, and all pointed to the past, a week, a month, year ago. All those things, your time expression to use to express the past tense. You can use it in any way you think this will help you. Alright? Anything up to now? Okay. Now, what do you think, or what are the kinds of the sentences, and how do we form such a sentence? Okay? I ate your food yesterday. And now B, did you eat my food? No, I did not eat your food. Where did you go yesterday? Did you notice anything here? Did you notice anything? Is there any question in those sentences? Okay. If you start your sentence in English with did and is or end with the question mark, what does it mean? Okay? If you start in English, if you start your sentence with did and end with a question mark, what does it mean? What do you think? I'm waiting your answer. In this sentence, we are not starting with did and not ending with a question mark. Never mind, we came across to those things. I just want to get a pre-answer. Okay. Now in A, B, C, D, we have some specific grammar rules in how to use the past form and the verbs in the past form in a certain way. Now the subject could be named like Ahmed, Khalid, Ali, teachers, students. It could be pronoun I, you, they, he, she. Okay? Verbs in the past tense and complement of the sentence. I played football. Okay? I played football. Which is the verb in the sentence. Is yes and no question. This is the one we are talking about last slide. Did plus the subject, the verb will be in the base form and complement. Did you read my book? Did you read my book? Okay? Is a negative. Subject did not. Verb in the base form and complements. I did not read your book. I did not read your book. Is WH a non-subject question? WH word did subject and verb in the base form. Now, if you find anything not clear, please tell me. We will check together. We will see it together. I hope everything is now clear for you regarding the past tense, especially the verbs. Remember, anytime you can ask, anytime you can talk, just tell me. Alright, are you ready to do such an activity? Are you ready? We have talked about the past and the present and the difference between past and present and how to know the verbs in English. We have two types. We have regular verbs ends with ed. We have irregular verbs which is not end with ed. Okay? Now we have two sentences in each section. We need to know the right form of the verb. I, the subject. Go is the verb. To the shopping mall with my friends last week. What do you need to do? Just complete the following sentences with the past simple tense of the verb between brackets. You are killing me. Went. It's absolutely right. Okay? I'm trying to write it to you to make the things clear. Well done. Good job. Now, the second sentence, I need you to tell me as well if you know she decided to read the story. Remember, we are talking about the past. Can you get the meaning of the right verb? Do you think that you have an answer? Never mind, I'll try to remind you about the grammar. Do you remember if the verb ends with D or E, what shall we do? Do you remember that? If the verb in English, regular verb, ends with E, we have only to add D. Okay? Because there's already E. Now, the second type of the activity. My mom baked cookies for the party. Okay, I need you to do a negative sentence, which is mean use did not. Can you try with that? Can you try that with the sentence? My mom baked cookies for the party. Can you use did not in the sentence? How to use it? If you want to use a negative sentence, Jim understood the exercise. Remember, when we use did not in the sentence, we are not using the second form of the verb. We are using the base form. All right? Okay. Let's check the answer together, which is great. You say went, the second form of the word go, to shopping mall with my friends. She decided, if you notice, we add only here D because there is already E in the sentence, to read the story. And the negative sentences, my mom did not bake. And if you notice, we are not using the second form, we are using the base form. My mom did not bake cookies for the party. And James did not understand. If you notice with me, did not understand the exercise. Any question up to now? Any questions? Alright. What sport did you play when you were a child? And what did not you like when you were a child? I need to listen to you if you can. Okay? I played basketball. I did not like football. When I was a child, I played basketball. When I was a child, I used to play basketball, but now I don't play basketball. Why we are all say all these things? Because we are going to talk about used to. Okay? People in Saudi Arabia used to live in tents. Okay, tents. But now they live in villas and apartments. I'll explain to you. I'll try to explain to you the meaning of used to. Okay? Now here we go with the differences and meaning between I used to, I am used to, I got used to living in it. Do you have any idea about those things? Because we are just this is a quick revision. Okay? I'm supposed to all of you know the differences. I used to live, I am used to live, I got used to live. Alright. We won't stay for long. Use the infinitive to talk about past habit or repeated action, situations, states in the past, which have changed now. I used to live in tent, which is in the past. Now the second situation we have be, whether is, am, are, used to, plus gerund to talk about a new situation which is now familiar to you. I am used to living in tent. I am used to living in a tent. You are familiar with now with living in the tent. You can use I am used to. Okay, the last thing we have get used to, gerund. Okay, to talk about situations which is becoming familiar to you. It's not yet familiar, but it's becoming. Such if you are learning how to use a specific program in your PC, for example. Now, soon you will get used to living in a tent. Alright? Any question about used to? I am used to. I get used to. I'm waiting your question if you have. Okay. What you are going to listen now, we are going to listen to different uh, conversations, in any conversation, I need a specific things. All right. So hope to listen to the clip well. All right. If you listen to me well, I need you to focus for this quick and simple conversation and tell me what is the right sentence. Okay. He had a great time. He is disappointed. He had a terrible time. What do you think? What do you think? Alright, we will check it together later on, but just try to test yourself. Alright? Now we are going to listen to the second audio. Alright, do you think they are talking in the bus stop or on the train or at the airport? And I told you, try to test yourself because you are going to see the correct answer later on. Alright? We should move to number 3. Are you with me? Alright. Is it a person or a place or tree, Sherman? We will move to number 4, which is the last audio clip we have. Okay, let's check the answers now together. Number 1, he had a terrible time. Number 2, at and the airport. Number 3, a person. And finally, number 4, some ingredients are the same in India and Saudi Arabia. So, can you tell me, if you can't speak, if you have a mic, I need to listen to you. What are they? What are they doing in those different pictures? If you... Okay. Yeah, using a revision. Now, what can you say about people's lifestyle? Similar or different to your lifestyle? It requires a microphone to everyone to make the job easy for you to practice. Okay, I want to listen to you later on to speak. You try to use a microphone when you attend any lesson later on to make the job easy for you. Okay? Now, just a quick revision. Fill the blanks with the correct forms. If it ends with E, which is regular verb, we just add D. If it's not regular verb, you're right, absolutely right. Well done. If it's not regular verb, we are using the second form. Okay? And now we are matching the sentences. People used to travel on horses. But now we have cars and motorbikes. Okay? All I need you to know is just to make sure that you know the difference between past and present. Okay? What else? Now we are going with the summary. You can read it later on. You can ask anytime. I'm here to help you and also to listen from you. This is the summary we are talking about before 7 slides. And this is as well get used plus the verb ing, be used to, and used to, and the difference between those things. And we all have talking about such a thing. Do you have any questions up to now? Do you have any questions? Any questions? Okay. Quick review. We have talking about past, present, and we go deep in the past, especially in the verbs. We have two types, regular and irregular. And we go with used to and how to use them. Alright? Hope to get. Okay. Thank you so much for your attention, which is me you are caring about your future, and hope to see you in next lessons. Thank you.